I want you to watch this man. Watch him run. Is he running correctly? Are you running correctly? Here's a simple explanation of how to run. The primary point of contact is just below the ball of the foot on the outside edge, then accepting the whole ball of the foot with a kiss of the heel, and then push off the big toe. Hey guys, 5 months checking in. How am I doing? Your cadence is too slow. Videos of my stride. Critique me, please.
So what I think is happening, I run on roads.
It seems like you bounce a lot when running. So there is an internet community all about running barefoot or with thin shoes, and they have confronted one of the most deepest mysteries of life. How do you use feet? And a lot of people say that when you move from a normal running shoe to a thin shoe, that the difference is so stark, you essentially have to relearn how to run. You might laugh, but you're laughing because you live in blissful ignorance. But then there's this guy, and he's worried that he supinates. And look at the image. Can you see what he's doing wrong? It's pretty clear. Learning to walk again. This really gets down to the core of the issue, that I don't know how to do anything anymore. And I mean, look at this guy. He says he doesn't know who to believe. The only people who are out there saying this is how you should run or walk or stand are people who are also trying to sell you stuff. And when you watch these videos, like, can you even tell what's going on? I don't know, are these people running differently? I can't tell. And so maybe there is no such thing as the one and only perfect way of running. You know, I mean, not to be a racist, I'm not saying that white feet are better than all other feet, but like, really, like, we think all feet are exactly the same, and that there is one simple mathematical way to run perfectly. Like, nah, man. And what is peak performance? Is it some guy in the gym who doesn't have a neck? Or is it a marathon runner who, I mean, have you seen marathon runners? They kind of age in a really gruesome way. Like, I don't know, which one of these is closest to an ancient Greek statue level of aesthetics and muscle toning? Like, check out this guy who ran 100 miles, which really gets back to that classic ancient Greek scout running to warn the Greeks about invading Persians. It's completely natural. This is how things were in the past.
That's when the race really begins.
Bunch of Spartans lathering each other up in oil, massaging each other's legs. Bro, it's just for the camaraderie though. So I don't know how to run or walk, but more importantly, do you guys wear socks with your shoes? And down below this guy says, foot wraps, very superior to socks. What kind of foot wraps? Square ones I make myself. Bruh, you just wrapping your foot in material. It's perfect. Then there's this guy, introducing r/barefoot foreleg running. The next logical step. And that's right, look at this hero. Truly getting back down to the real way. The true, honourable, natural way of movement. Here we have a study on form.
Pronto. Tá feita a sua esteira. Só isso. Como é que você vai fazer o exercício? Assim, ó.
I think a big thing that pulled me towards wearing these barefoot shoes, and these are ones I wear, there's Zero shoes, the Apari Prio. I do recommend them despite this pain and suffering. I think they're pretty good, but I think the thing that pulled me towards them was that there was certainty, whereas when I was researching sneakers, I just, like, I came across all this confusing stuff. I mean, there was this whole side of YouTube dedicated to reviewing millions of different shoes and how cool they are. Dude, this shoe, it's so cool. You know, I mean, there are people on YouTube who will spend entire episodes talking about one shoe. If I was talking to you about my shoe, I'd be like, it's shoe, that would be it. It's a black shoe. And they always have the same slow-mo footage of their shoes with beats in the background. Like, check out this urban lifestyle. I'm wearing a shoe. I'm also pumping out to beats. Here's my version. And they have a whole world of brand language that I don't understand, like, oh hey man, I got my 350 Yeezy silhouettes. Nah man, I got Air Jordan 1s. Oh dude, that's toy. I've got Ultra Boost 20s. It's like, what? Why? What does that mean? I like the shoe I have. It's just black, you know? It's not trying to be anything special. I mean, with these people with their multicolored shoes, do any of them have a job? They even have all these channels where people go shopping with celebrities. Like, I really want to know what kind of shoes Jimmy Fallon wears. That's what I was really after. Or here's one where they go shopping with a fellow by the name of Roddy Rich. And then there's the science angle, which is so overhyped. I mean, like, I tried to research what the Ultra Boost Adidas shoes are, and this is the best I could get from Google. The pellets consists of proprietary thermoplastic urethane. It's not really science. I mean, it's like a car. Like one of those racing games you played when you were younger, where they'd give you all these stats about like acceleration rates and braking power, and you'd be like, I'ma choose the car with the purple neon flames on it. Yeah, that one looks pretty fast to me. And I gotta say, I tried on one of these Ultra Boost shoes, and like after a couple of seconds in the store, I could already feel myself like clopping around like a beast. And the moment I took the shoes off, I was just like smacking my feet into the ground, which, I mean, I don't know, I feel like at some point in the future, this is actually going to come out as like a health issue, you know? Like our parents' generation, they were ruined by drugs and rock and roll. Our generation, ruined by comfy shoes. Meanwhile, on the barefoot shoe side of stuff, you've got this science which is so complex. I mean, this guy is talking about wearing shoes that properly let your toes separate, and he's got infrared camera photos of his feet. Meanwhile, I mean, barefoot shoes also have this cultural trendy thing going on, you know? I mean, you don't just wear barefoot shoes, you're also environmental and vegan, and like this guy, you squat on a stool. But with all this talk of living in a natural world, I feel like we need to accept that the world isn't natural. We don't live amongst trees, we live amongst grey asphalt. And maybe you need a cushiony shoe to really glide over that hard stuff. Maybe this is what evolution actually is. You thought the future would be spaceships and lasers? No. The future is comfiness. And maybe feet aren't even the best form of movement. I mean, look at what your instincts tell you. When you're a young kid and you're at the top of a hill, do you walk down that hill? No. You roll. This could be it, folks. Also, something odd I found when looking at Google Trends is that barefoot shoes peaked in 2010, which, like, that's not what I expected. I mean, I thought with YouTube, now would have been the time for them to really pop off and become popular. But I mean, meanwhile, I mean, you compare this search term to Ultra Boost Adidas shoes, and I mean, God, like, one brand of normal mainstream sneaker is like 1,000,000 times more popular than the mere concept of barefoot shoes. But I think the big sad in all of this is that after millions of years of evolution and after hundreds of years of scientific rationalism and cleverness, we still don't have answers to, like, how do you walk properly? How do you sleep properly? How do you eat properly? You know, should I be a herbivore? Should I be a carnivore? What should I be doing? There's no answers, and there's just confusion everywhere. And on one hand, I think barefoot running is kind of dangerous because you've got people suddenly changing the way they use their body and looking for advice on the internet from a bunch of internet philosophers on Reddit instead of seeing a doctor. But then on the other hand, I mean, you've got people buying these absurdly cushioned triple boost, super boost cushion shoes, which, I mean, there's got to at some point be an issue where people are just hooked onto wearing them, because the moment you're habituated to wearing that kind of shoe, you also completely lose the notion of how do you walk. I don't know, I can only walk on cushions. Anyway guys, I'll leave it there. Check out this video and I'll catch you next time.